Hi, my name is Ashley Johnson. I'm going to be talking about Standard 3.ICR 1.1, and that is to summarize the qualities and benefits of a healthy relationship. This is titled How to Have a Healthy Relationship. It is for third grade students, and I think this is very important at this age for kids to understand the qualities of a good and bad friendship, relationship, with their peers, with their family members, cousins, anyone. They need to know how to socialize with each other. At this age in third grade, they kind of start seeing cliques within their classmates. They see the kids who play sports, the kids who like to read, draw, the kids who are considered the cool kids within their classes. They see all this taking place, and they need to really understand how to communicate within all of these different groups so they can be a good friend to everyone. This is important for kids on the autistic spectrum. They sometimes miss out on the social interaction that everyone else just does. They don't know how to do it. So this is a good lesson for them to just get their feet wet in understanding what social interaction and good social interaction is. Students also nowadays spend so much time on phones and tablets that they sometimes do forget, oh, I really do have to be nice to these people in real life because I'm not hidden behind a computer screen. I'll just give you a brief overview of my lesson plan. Students will begin the lesson with a quick YouTube video that is a cartoon just showing some qualities of a good relationship and a good friendship. After this, the class as a whole would do a group pretest. I have it where students will each get 4 red and 4 blue chips, marbles, whatever you have available to represent. Red could be true and blue could be false, or vice versa. I would ask a question and then pass around a bucket or a hat, and the students put in their answer, and then we could see as a whole class what the students think the right answer is. This way they could see, oh, well, some people don't agree with what I think, and it would start a good class discussion. After that, I would split them into groups. I would make sure the AIG kids are grouped together, and then the rest of the class could just be divided equally. I want the AIG kids together so they can take this project a little farther. The students at this time will be creating a poster, and they will list the good qualities and the bad qualities of friendships and relationships with others. After this, they will reconvene as a whole class, and we could discuss, what they think good and bad qualities are. As I said, the AIG students would take it a step farther. They will be required to list where they can be a good friend and how they could be a good friend to others. They will also be asked to draw a small picture of being a good friend. Some kids can say, oh, well, holding the door is being a good friend, but if they don't see it, they may not thoroughly understand it. While these students are drawing their posters, I would be calling groups up one at a time to do a pre-made smartboard activity to sort qualities of a good friendship and qualities of a bad friendship, just to kind of back up what we had already talked about so they can thoroughly understand the qualities and the differences of the qualities. My resources that I've chosen are the YouTube video that opens the lesson, and then the smartboard activity for a hands-on experience. A lot of kids need to get up and move around during the lesson, and this just gives them an opportunity to get up from where they're sitting, go up to the board, touch the board. A lot of kids think it's the coolest thing to go touch the smartboard or to draw on the smartboard, so this would give them that experience and that chance. The YouTube video is really just my hook for the lesson because personally I loved watching videos in class. It was always a relaxing way to continue learning about what we were talking about. My essential questions and learning outcomes that I want to be taking place are: what is a healthy relationship? What does it look like? And what are the benefits of this healthy relationship? And who can you have healthy relationships with? This would all be discussed in our group discussions as we go through what the kids wrote down as qualities for a good and bad friendship. As I said before, the diverse learners, the AIG students would be required to put a little more thought and go in a little more in-depth conversation with each others as they create their posters. From this project, I have learned all the steps to a lesson plan, how much detail you have to have in each step so it does flow smoothly. Since this is my first attempt at a lesson plan, I just kind of had to guess how long it would take for this lesson plan to take place, and I put about an hour. I figured with all the transitioning from their seat to their groups, from the groups to the smartboard and back to their groups and eventually back to their seats, it would be a lot of movement happening and they would need time to get situated into their desk or into their groups. As far as my teacher portfolio goes, this is beneficial because it is a good way to measure my growth from the very, very beginning to when I'm about to graduate. It's almost like a pretest, like I mentioned in my lesson plan. This shows an opportunity for me to see how I can grow in my differentiation. And this lesson also covers more of a social skill instead of a academic need. So it would be a good impact on my portfolio so I can see where I can add in the social skills rather than all instructional academic support. My effectiveness as a teacher will be improved through this assignment because it helps provide a guide for students to just develop relationships and be a good friend at school. I think this will also help with discipline and classroom management skills. If a kid knows how they're supposed to be a good friend, or when they're being a bad friend and not having a good relationship with someone, this is another way to hold them accountable for what they do and what they say to others throughout the school year. Thank you.